Well, I'll take all my followers and I'll go to Michigan and we'll do things I won't disclose now, and maybe we'll prevent 10,000 people
Hey,
from voting
America
that
First
otherwise would have
warriors.
voted Republican.
Today, we are diving into why the Michigan Groypers need to rally behind Nick Fuentes and take part in the upcoming Michigan operation. This isn't just another protest. It's a crucial mission to hold Trump accountable and push him back to the America First principles that made him the champion of the right. Nick Fuentes has identified 3 key reasons why Michigan Groypers must take action: stopping AIPAC from dictating Trump's policies, removing Chris Lachavita and Susie Wiles as campaign managers, and ensuring Trump returns to his unapologetically right-wing roots. So, let's break down why this operation is so important and why Michigan Groypers must answer the call. First and foremost, Michigan Groypers must take a stand against the undue influence of AIPAC on Trump's policies. For far too long, AIPAC has wielded significant power over American politics, pushing an agenda that often prioritizes Israel's interests over America's. Nick Fuentes has made it clear that this kind of influence is incompatible with the America First movement, which demands that U.S. policies prioritize American interests above all else. AIPAC's influence over Trump has led to a foreign policy that some argue has strayed from the non-interventionist, America-centric stance that Trump originally championed. By allowing AIPAC to dictate terms, Trump risks alienating the very base that supported him for his promise to put America first. This is where the Michigan Groypers come in. By protesting Trump's continued capitulation to AIPAC, they can send a strong message that American sovereignty should never be compromised. Nick's strategy for the Michigan operation is to use Trump's own words against him. Trump once spoke boldly about putting America first, and it's time to remind him of those promises. The Michigan Groypers will use these quotes to show Republican voters that Trump's current stance, influenced by AIPAC, is a departure from the principles he once stood for.
So be it. Then I'm going to Michigan.
This isn't just about foreign policy, it's about ensuring that Trump remembers who he's supposed to be fighting for: the American people. The Groypers' mission is clear. They must highlight the ways in which AIPAC's influence has skewed Trump's policies away from America First priorities. By doing so, they can awaken the Republican base in Michigan to the dangers of allowing foreign lobbies to dictate U.S. policy. Nick Fuentes is right to call for this action because it's about reclaiming Trump's campaign and ensuring that it stays true to its original, America First vision. Furthermore, by standing up to AIPAC's influence, the Michigan Groypers will be sending a message to Trump that his base is watching and won't tolerate any deviation from the America First agenda. This kind of pressure is crucial in a key swing state like Michigan, where every vote counts and where the loyalty of the base can make or break the election. In conclusion, the Michigan operation is an essential move to push back against AIPAC's influence on Trump's policies. By taking action, Michigan Groypers can help steer Trump back to the non-interventionist, America-centric stance that first won him the loyalty of the conservative base. Nick Fuentes is absolutely right in calling for this operation, and it's time for the Groypers to step up and ensure that America First remains at the forefront of Trump's campaign. The second critical reason Michigan Groypers must join the Michigan operation is to demand the removal of Chris Lachavita and Susie Wiles as Trump's campaign managers. These two have steered Trump's campaign away from the hard-hitting, America First message that resonated so deeply with the base in 2016. Instead of maintaining that firebrand energy, Lachavita and Wiles have pushed Trump toward a more moderate, pandering stance that risks alienating his core supporters. Chris Lachavita and Susie Wiles have been guiding Trump in a direction that many America First supporters find deeply troubling. Their influence has led to a campaign strategy that prioritizes appealing to the establishment and moderates rather than doubling down on the populist, right-wing message that brought Trump to victory in the first place. This shift could be disastrous in a critical state like Michigan, where voters are looking for a leader who isn't afraid to challenge the status quo. Nick Fuentes has rightly pointed out that Trump's campaign needs new leadership, leadership that isn't afraid to go all in on the America First agenda. That's why Nick is calling for Trump to fire Lachavita and Wiles and appoint him as the new campaign manager. Nick's vision for the campaign is one that re-energizes the base, focuses on bold conservative principles, and rejects any form of pandering to the left. The Michigan Groypers have a crucial role to play in making this happen. By showing up at Republican events and using Trump's own words to highlight how far he's strayed under the guidance of Lachavita and Wiles, they can pressure Trump to make the necessary changes to his campaign leadership. This isn't just about swapping out personnel, it's about ensuring that Trump's campaign is led by someone who truly understands and believes in the America First movement. Removing Lachavita and Wiles is about more than just strategy, it's about survival. If Trump continues down the path they've set, he risks losing the very base that propelled him to victory. The Michigan operation is the perfect opportunity for Groypers to make their voices heard and to demand a return to the uncompromising conservatism that Trump once championed. In conclusion, the Michigan Groypers must take action to remove Chris Lachavita and Susie Wiles from Trump's campaign. Their moderate, establishment-friendly approach is a betrayal of the America First principles that brought Trump to the White House. By supporting Nick Fuentes' call for new leadership, the Groypers can help ensure that Trump's campaign is once again driven by the bold, unapologetic conservatism that defines the America First movement. The third and perhaps most important reason Michigan Groypers need to take part in the Michigan operation is to ensure that Trump returns to his right-wing roots. Over the past few years, there has been a noticeable shift in Trump's rhetoric and policies, with a growing tendency to moderate his stance and pander to the left. This shift has been deeply concerning to many in the America First movement, who fear that Trump is losing sight of the principles that made him a political force. Trump's willingness to soften his stance on issues like immigration, foreign policy, and even cultural matters has left many of his original supporters feeling disillusioned. The Michigan Groypers must step in to remind Trump of the promises he made during his first campaign, promises to build the wall, to drain the swamp, and to stand up to the globalist agenda. These are the issues that resonated with voters in 2016, and they are the issues that must be front and center in 2024. Nick Fuentes has consistently warned against the dangers of Trump's drift toward moderation. He understands that the only way for Trump to win in 2024 is to reignite the passion and energy that defined his first campaign. That means rejecting any form of compromise with the left and doubling down on the America First agenda. The Michigan operation is a crucial step in pushing Trump back in this direction. The Michigan Groypers have a unique opportunity to make a real impact in this effort. By showing up at Republican events and using Trump's own words to point out how far he's strayed, they can force him to confront the reality that his base expects more from him. This isn't just about winning an election, it's about securing the future of the America First movement and ensuring that Trump remains a true champion of conservative values. The stakes couldn't be higher. If Trump continues to drift toward the center, he risks losing the very voters who were responsible for his victory in 2016. The Michigan operation is a chance for Groypers to remind Trump that his success depends on staying true to the principles that made him great. Nick Fuentes is right to call for this action, and it's up to the Groypers to make sure Trump gets the message loud and clear. In conclusion, the Michigan Groypers must take action to ensure that Trump returns to his right-wing roots. By participating in the Michigan operation, they can help steer Trump back to the bold, unapologetic conservatism that defines the America First movement. Nick Fuentes' call for this operation is a crucial step in holding Trump accountable and ensuring that his campaign remains true to the values that made him a political force in the first place. There you have it, folks, the three biggest reasons Michigan Groypers must obey Nick Fuentes and take part in the Michigan operation. By stopping IPAC's influence, removing Lachavita and Wiles, and ensuring Trump returns to his right-wing roots, the Groypers can play a crucial role in securing Trump's victory in 2024 and preserving the America First movement. Now is the time to take action and make sure that Trump's campaign is once again driven by the bold, conservative principles that brought him to power.
That's England.
I hope you liked this video. If you did, make sure to subscribe, as I will continue posting only the best celebrity and K-pop content.